Good morning, America, family, friends, and everybody else that may be watching. Today's video is going to be about science. Kind of, I guess. I just had a thought this morning. What's the end game in terms of humans? What's our story? What are we going to achieve in our lifetime? Are we going to achieve utopia? Are we going to become Star Trek or Star Wars and scour the galaxy and do all kinds of things of that nature? Shit, I don't know. But I was thinking that, the Earth, our planet, has a finite lifetime. In other words, it's going to expire at some time. Whether that expiration has anything to do with what's going on internally in the planet, or maybe our sun that we've revolved around goes supernova or something of that nature. It's going to happen. It's a matter of time. It's as inevitable as you growing old and dying. It's just kind of the nature of things. So this morning I was thinking about that. I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm not the prettiest smelling flower in the garden, might say. But at some point, I kind of feel like as humans, as a race, we're going to have to figure out how to get off this planet and go somewhere else so that we can continue to exist. Otherwise, what'll happen is we'll do what we do. We'll continue to make our technological advances and all kinds of different things. I mean, look at the automobile, for instance. The automobile hadn't really been around that long, but now we have, cars that are run on electric versus fossil fuels. Of course, it takes fossil fuels to make the electricity, so that's kind of a wash. But, just advances in general. Look at computers. We used to have a computer that just regular old computers. And they're fancy and fun, and you can do all kinds of things with them. But now we have stuff like quantum computers, which is like the next generation of super intelligent computers and things like that. So here was my thought process. In order for us to survive, we got to figure out how to travel the universe and how to survive in space. And whether we can or not is a different story. I don't know. But this was my thought. With the age of quantum computing, which is the fastest thing that we have on planet Earth to think about or to research or to figure out complicated problems such as mathematics and things of that nature. So, if we're going to get out and explore the galaxy, in a realistic manner so that it doesn't take us hundreds of years or even millions of years or thousands of years or whatever to get, past our own galaxy into the expanded universe, we got to figure out how to travel. And I just don't think we're there yet. We got to figure out things like if wormholes, wormholes, is that a real thing? Theoretically, I think that there have been some scientists, like Brian Cox or Neil deGrasse Tyson or, any number of others, that can, on paper at least, I think they've figured out that wormholes it's possible for them to exist, and that's kind of cool. But here's my thought. There's tons of people in this world like me that maybe have an idea and that are putting it on the interwebs for people to think about. Well, what if we took a quantum computer and we wrote a program, and what that program did is scour the internet, anything that it has reach into, so any database, all the interwebs, looking for anything related to space travel, drew it all in and put it all together. The reason that this to me makes sense is because, we have tons and tons of really smart scientists out there, and they're putting lots of stuff down. But there could be a guy out there that's as smart as any of our smart scientists, but just as an average guy, gets up every day, puts his clothes on like everyone else does, eats a little breakfast, goes to work, feeds his family. But in the meantime, in the evenings or time off or whatever, he might be thinking about that stuff. And he might have an idea that's pretty dang close, or maybe a small piece of what we need to figure out space travel. So you can think of it like this. Let's say there's 10,000 scientists in the world right now today that are exploring the possibilities of space travel. And I don't know what the real number is, have no idea, but I'm sure there are some. Okay, and they're all independent and doing their own thing, and they're writing papers on it, and they're doing complicated mathematical equations, and they're trying to figure out, you know, what kind of fuels and things that we would need, you know, to go at speeds fast enough, you know, for humans to get anywhere of any note that might be conducive to us to continue to exist long after this planet is gone. You know, so but then think that there's those 10,000, and maybe there's 10 million average guys like myself out there that are doing the same thing. You know, they may not be doing it to the degree, maybe they aren't super mathematical people, but maybe they're just having ideas. Okay, so here's the concept. The concept is you have a bucket, and in that bucket you have, I don't know, let's say 1 million puzzle pieces. And none of the puzzle pieces, or most of none of the puzzle pieces will actually fit together and make any sort of picture, right? But mixed into those 1 million puzzle pieces is one complete puzzle, and that complete puzzle is space travel. Okay, so you create a program that goes through all the puzzle pieces and finds the pieces that fit together to make the complete puzzle, which is space travel. So that's kind of the concept. Maybe I didn't, you know, describe it in the best way possible. Maybe it's a little convoluted, I don't know. But anyway, there's tons and tons and tons of really smart people out there that, you know, that don't have college degrees, or some of them may not even have high school degrees. Heck, I don't know. But they may have one piece of that puzzle that we need, you know, jet set across the universe and see what else is out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love planet Earth. You know, I love the concept of humanity, and you know, and I love people in general. I'm kind of a, you know, I'm a weird duck. I'm kind of an introvert. I don't really like being around a whole bunch of people, but I'm a people person in that I love watching people and seeing how people act and how they live and things of that nature. And I'd like to see humanity to continue to grow and evolve and exist. But if we don't figure some things out, it's going to come to an end someday. And you know, and then luckily, you know, I don't think I'll be around to see planet Earth, you know, peel apart and become universe dust or whatever, you know. And you know, maybe I'd like to, at some point, I kind of want to talk about aliens and maybe UFOs and things of that nature. It might be a little weird out there. I'm not a conspiracy theory kind of guy. Mostly, I guess. There's a few out there that I ponder about often. But anyway, tell me what you think. If you got any ideas, let me know. And if you don't, that's okay too. So have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay alert, stay alive, and we'll see you next time.